Did you hear? Jake Paul is fighting Mike Tyson. Yup, you heard that right. A YouTuber stepping into the ring with the legendary ear-biting heavyweight boxer. What a time to be alive, right? Now, both of these guys have been hyping this fight up for months, putting on quite the show to psych each other out. Netflix even made a whole series about it. But let's face it, there's a lot more smoke and mirrors here than real punches being thrown. So naturally I thought, I don't know too much about boxing, but I do know how to make websites. So let's take a look at the current Paul vs. Tyson website and see if we can build a more honest version. Okay, so right off the bat on the original Most Valuable Promotions website, we have the hero section. Honestly, it's a bit underwhelming. The colors are very muted, their names are quite small, and the background just isn't adding much excitement or energy to the scene. And the tagline? Nothing. Just the date, the location, and a big versus, but hey, I get it, we're trying to keep it serious. So let's bring some honesty into this hero section. First, we'll swap out the intensely overly dramatic lighting for something that feels more, well, real. I'm thinking a dimmed electric background, so let's add some lightning. Let's add a very large Paul vs. Tyson title, and on top we'll add a new tagline, the only fight you can watch with your grandfather, because let's be real, Mike's age is half the reason people are watching. Over that, let's add an image of Jake and Tyson posing for the camera. To add some depth to the scene, we'll also drop in some smoke and a noise layer to make Jake and Tyson really stand out. For Jake, we need to help him be a bit more intimidating, and what's scarier than a face tattoo? So we'll give him one, and that seems quite familiar actually. And of course, the last thing we can't forget about, the co-main event, Serrano vs. Taylor. So we'll tuck this away in the corner because they know exactly why you're all here, to see the main event. Back on the original website, we've got the fighter stats section. Here they're showing us some info about Jake, but it feels really cluttered and the information needs just a bit of tweaking. I do like the red theme they're going for though, so let's start off our section with a blurred out shape and another noise layer on top of that to add some depth. We also need to add a photo of Jake, but this one on the old site just doesn't capture enough of his personality, so let's instead use this photo where he's casually promoting W by Jake Paul, now available in Walmart near you. We'll add his name and his nickname, and a short bio about the problem child. Lastly, to give it a personal touch, let's add Jake's signature behind his name. Okay, so now we've taken care of the image and the bio, but we need to add some honest stats. So back on our site, we'll start with his age, shall we? So he's 27 years old, or at least he thinks he's still 7. Hometown? Cleveland, Ohio, and also apparently Puerto Rico. As for his record, he's 10-1 with 7 knockouts, mostly against non-boxers though, so take that with a grain of salt. His stance is orthodox, but let's be real, most of his punches land better on Instagram than in the ring. Then we've got his reach at 76 inches, which seems to be more useful for grabbing attention online than for jabs. Standing at 6'1 though, I'm sure he'll tell you he's 6'2 on a good day, and weighing in at 227.2 pounds, bulked up from all that prime hydration, and maybe a few too many lunchlies. Alright, now let's look at the other half of this matchup, Mike Tyson. He needs his own stats as well, so let's give him a blue blurred out shape with our classic noise layer on top of it. By the way, if you're enjoying this redesign and want to see more projects like this, make sure to like and subscribe. I've got lots of more videos just like this one, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's up next. Now, we have to remember that in his prime, Iron Mike was a legend. I think he still thinks he's the same as he was back then, so let's really capture that classic Tyson crazy energy we're all here for, and include a more iconic image of young Tyson. We'll add his name, nickname, and of course a short bio for the baddest man on the planet. And just to keep it personal, we'll slap his signature behind his name. Now, let's dive into the honest stats for our new section. First up, his age, 58, but let's be real, he could still scare you and your dad. Hometown, Brooklyn and Catskill, New York. His record, 50-6 with 44 knockouts. Most of those knockouts though happened before Jake Paul was even born, so yeah, he's got a bit of experience. His stance, orthodox, yes, still terrifying. Then there's his reach with 71 inches, perfect for keeping Jake at arm's length and close enough to go in for the ear bite. Standing at 5'10", Tyson may be shorter, but let's be real, he hits way harder. And weighing in at 228 and 4 pounds, that's all muscle, plus a little sprinkle of I'm still crazy. Alright, back on the MVP site, there's a watch live section, but it's actually quite unflattering. I totally skipped over it before, so we need to liven it up with some color to give it some more prominence. For our honest version, let's give it a title and a subtitle. Yep, you're gonna wanna grab your snacks, go over to your grandma's house, cause she loves Mike Tyson, trust us, and tune into Netflix. We'll drop in 2 buttons, one to watch on Netflix and one to spend your life savings on tickets. Now, to liven it up, let's add an image of Tyson and an image of Paul. But to really make it feel like they're clashing, we'll add their background colors coming together. Now this is where it gets good. Nowhere on the original site is there sponsorship info, and there's always a sponsor. So we'll add to our site the people we know are really sponsoring this event. First, we've got the legendary Dana White.
I think that Mike Tyson has a puncher's chance against anybody.
Next, we have obviously W by Jake Paul, now available in every Walmart near you. And lastly, we can't forget about Prime Energy. Next, we've got the trailer section, trying to hype up this fight like it's the Super Bowl. We get it, Netflix. For my redesign, I just went with something clean. Let's add an image of the trailer to the fight, a title, a subparagraph explaining it, and a button, because we want people to get ready for the fight of the decade, or at least the next viral meme. And that's it for my honest redesign of the Paul vs. Tyson fight website. Now, if you want to see what it says in every single one of those little paragraphs all across the screen, make sure to hit the link in the description. And look, whether you love it, hate it, or just want to see Jake get punched, we all know you're gonna tune in. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more redesigns. Until next time, make sure to stay hydrated with Prime. Bye!